100 rated chess, but you like fishing, you can only capture pieces, not pawns, that have captured your bait. Sounds very annoying. Okay, so the pawns are obviously my best choices to become baits, therefore, let's push them. C6. Not very aggressive. D4. D5. It's been a long time since I last saw a 100 rated guy that knows about the Caro can opening. Taking his pawn is obviously not a good idea because I need as many pawns as possible to act as baits to capture his pieces. Therefore, E5. H5. Very aggressive. Bishop G5. I mean, even if he plays E6 right now and blunders his queen, I actually still cannot take his queen because it hasn't captured any baits, but the point of this move is to provoke F6 that weakens his king. Bishop G4. F3. F6. Aha, I really want to go Fg4 Fg5 Gh5 and I win a pawn, but since his bishop hasn't taken any baits yet, I cannot take it due to the rules. So I guess, Bishop E3. I mean, if he really just leaves his bishop there to irritate me, that will be very annoying. And he did. And not just that, he literally actively trapped his own bishop for some very unknown reasons. Bishop D3. As soon as he takes my pawn, I'll call that pawn a bait and take his bishop. Knight F6. Aha, that blunders another piece, but again, I cannot take it due to the rules. This is getting really frustrating. H3. Okay, now I literally 100% trapped his bishop, there is no way he'll just leave it there. Right? Knight E2. Now I'm sure the best plan is just to attack his king and ignore absolutely everything else. Queen A5 check. Aha, that is really good, because it removes his queen from defending his king. C3. I mean, at least now we know that he'll retreat his bishop. Or not. Knight F4. Everything is hanging right now. Knight E4. Fun fact, that is still blundering the knight. But anyway, I'll take this pawn. I mean, if he really takes my c-pawn with his knight, I'll call that pawn a bait and then I can finally win a piece. Ha! That also works. Rook takes h3. My h-pawn was a bait for his bishop to take, and you may ask, how can a well-defended pawn be a bait? Well, that is the problem with this challenge. You see, if defended pawns cannot be considered as baits, then how can I capture his pieces after they take my undefended free pawns? So we have no other way but to consider protected pawns are also baits. Bishop b4. I can see that this guy really hates his bishops. Bishop g5. Okay, now this bishop is a bait to remove his central knight and my other bishop can finally see light. Or he'll go for his own plan. Knight takes is not good, because after knight takes knight, my knight cannot be considered as a bait, because that is an equal trade. Therefore, I'll take with pawn. Knight takes queen takes. Okay, now comes the biggest decision of this game. Bishop d2. I'm giving this bishop away as a bait, so that I'll have my chances at taking his queen. He took it. Okay. First attempt. Knight c7. If his king lands on any of these dark squares, I can win his queen. Didn't work. How about this? F4. This unleashes a discovered attack from my rook to his queen, and as my experience said, the 100 rated guys are not going to see this. Perfect. Rook d3 cd4 rook d4 knight c6 rook d5 rook a d8 e6 check king f6 testosterone bishop c3 king e7. Aha. Rook d7 check. I'm using a rook to bait another rook now, and if you say that an equal trade is not the goal when going fishing, the actual goal is to checkmate his king, not to trade rooks, so I'll say that this one is acceptable. Rook takes d7, queen d7 king f8 queen g7. Checkmate. Mission accomplished.